Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. Where is the bottom? Let's find out. So, welcome to the channel. If you are new, subscribe. Please press that bell button. It's awesome to have you. Love the fact that the channel's growing, and thank you for the kind comments that people are giving. Keep them going. Obviously, trolls, you are welcome, but be mindful, I give it back too. So, on the screen, we've got the Bitcoin chart. Now, I know people got a bit upset when I said the 1,700 target. It's a brave target, yes, I know, but people are touting a lot lower, and I want to explain something to you. Now, this might be one of the shortest videos I ever do. I want to test something, I want to see if it works, so please do like, subscribe. Let's see what happens with a shorter video. Talk about this quickly. Anything can happen in the cryptocurrency space. It is all speculative value. It doesn't matter. It could go to 20k, it could go to fucking $2. Who cares? But it's one of those things, it's crazy to think. Everyone is pegging their flags towards the halving event, the scarcity model, the stock flow ratio. It doesn't matter if everyone is selling it. At the end of the day, if the price and demand is going downwards, there's an obvious reason for that. So be mindful of that. Now, these are obviously buying levels. They're really, really good buying levels. In my opinion, I am bullish long term on Bitcoin. Even regardless of the fact that it's quite clunky and horrible to use, I still think as an investable asset, it's a good one. It's a bloody good one. And I think you should be really getting quite excited about the prospect of it falling lower. Okay, and I do think that is going to happen. Now, in terms of where I got my prediction from, it's from this top region here, this 13k, into this level here, okay, because we went on a retest and we actually failed. You could maybe manipulate this a little bit to make it look a bit neater. You could do that if you wanted to, based off another weekly close if you wanted to, but that would alter the area. But it kind of is justified. It's cheating though. It is cheating. It's naughty. If you want to use just the bodies, you could do that as well, and it would give you a rough sort of region. Realistically, it's still giving you bottom areas, but let's just go with the full data that we've got with us on the weekly time frame, and this is where I got this 1,800, 1,700 region that I'm plotting as a potential area, which in confluence is this region here, in and around this region. Obviously, I said 1,700 due to the fact of the wicks, and this is cryptocurrency. It is pretty volatile, so that is the target, and we obviously went right into this region. Now, if you looked on my Twitter, you would have saw this as my target area, right? Hit it on the nail, literally on the nose, on the noggin, ping, on the weekly opening. So there is definitely some confluence here, so do not rule this out. Do not rule this out at all. Obviously, there's different ways to do this. Now, weekly time frames on the likes of the Fibonacci is always interesting, but even if you are looking at, say, the daily, for example, right, and you are looking at a possible overview of what has happened, you could possibly do this as well, just to give you a bit more of a bearish kind of, not so much a bearish momentum, but a bit of an idea of where we failed on, obviously, again, 1,700 region. You know, these are valid Fibonacci's. These do work, and it depends if you obviously use them. But again, even if you go in the short-term time frames and you are looking at a potential area and looking at where things could go and why they could go to certain places, you would not rule out, and I'm going to say this right now, you would not rule out a bounce region up to $7,000 or even $8,300. You just wouldn't rule it out, because it could happen. It could reclaim some of these back, and this is what the beautiful thing about the Fibonacci is. It aims to try and reclaim the drops, and if you go down to this level here, it gets pretty disgusting, and as you can see, it kind of invalidates itself there. But once $2,000, so it's all pointing towards that region, and that is if we bounce up to here, we break out. But if we reject and go out into the bearish trend again, it doesn't shock me at all. So expect the unexpected with Bitcoin. So pretty much sorted. That is today's video done, and I wanted to just explain it. But in terms of bottoms, in terms of all kinds of good stuff, we don't know where the bottom is, and that's a problem. And people are pointing their flag on, oh, it's never going to go lower than X lagging indicator. It's never going to go lower than whatever this, that and the other. It could. It definitely could. Doesn't say it will, but it could. Don't just go, I'm going to put all my money in at $5,000. Don't be that person. Just wait and see what happens. If you're going to put some in, put a little bit in. If you're going to put a little bit in, make sure you got some left over to then put some more in lower. If it goes lower, to dollar cost average, just in case. There's no harm in you putting little orders in here, in here, in here, in here, in here, and maybe some real seeker ones and some wicks might get you. So there we go. That is today's video done. About 6 minutes, I believe. Yeah, subscribe please. Hit the like button, hit the bell button, all kinds of good stuff. And that is short and sweet. I hope you enjoy. See you again tomorrow where we'll do a full overview of technical analysis. Leave a comment on a coin you want me to look at and I'll have a look at it.